We're going to have a lot of algebra to come, but let's cover the basics. Imagine I have a box of apples. Because I don't know how many apples are in the box, I can label it as X apples. The total number of apples I have is X apples. If I have a box with the same number of apples, the new box will also have X apples. In total, we have X plus X apples. Let's add a third box with the same number of apples. We now have a total of X plus X plus X apples. This is getting tiring to say. If we knew there were, say, 10 apples in each box, would you calculate the total number of apples by doing 10 plus 10 plus 10? Maybe you would find it quicker to multiply the 10 by 3. Let's do this with the x's. X plus X plus X can be written as 3 times X. The times sign and the x's are getting a bit muddled up, so thankfully in algebra we don't need to write the times sign. The x is known as a variable because it could be any value. When we have a number or a letter or both, this is called a term. So 3x is a term. Let's go through some questions. When we substitute, we know what the value of the letter is and we want to find the value of the full expression. We know a is 6, so every time we see an a in the expression, we will change it for a 6. We know that b is minus 2. Every time we see a b in the expression, we'll change it for a minus 2. We need the brackets, otherwise the first term will look like 46. To get rid of the brackets, we need to put the multiplication signs that we removed when we wrote the algebra back in. Now we can find the answer. Multiply the 4 and the 6 and the minus 5 and the minus 2. The answer is 34. We discussed earlier that a letter, number or both are called terms. We also saw how you could add 3 x's together to make 3x. When we are asked to simplify an expression, we need to collect terms together. The problem is that you can only collect like terms. 5x and x are both x terms, so can be collected, but 5x and 6y are not like terms. Let's colour code the like terms. We have the x terms, the y terms, and the number terms. We may find it easier to reorder the terms to put the like terms together. Be careful with the minus before the 10y because this belongs to the 10y and must stay with it. We can then add the 5x to the single x to give 6x, the 6y to the minus 10y to give us minus 4y, and the 10 to the 9 to give us 19. This is as far as we can simplify the expression. In this question we're asked to state whether the following are a formula, equation, identity or an expression. So let's go through the definition of an expression first. It's just any combination of terms. You won't find any equal sign in an expression. So the only one there without an equal sign is the first one. Next we go on to an equation. Now an equation is any combination of terms with an equal sign and an answer. Now looking at that, there are 2, 3 and 4 with an equal sign, but only looking at it, 4 is the only one that has an answer. So with 4, it's 5 times x is 15, so x must be 3 for that, so that has an answer, so that is an equation. A formula is a statement linking more than one variable, and generally you can find these in the real world or with geometry. Now looking at number 2, that is area equals width times height. It's the formula for the area of a rectangle. So that is our formula. Now normally formulae will have a capital letter in and will be linking 2 different or more different letters. So just look out for those 2 things. Now an identity is the hardest one to spot because it kind of looks like an equation. But it's a statement that is true for all values of the variable. If you look at number 3, it says 3x equals 2x plus x. Now x could equal 1 there, 3 equals 2 plus 1. X could equal 10, 30 equals 20 plus 10. So it's what's known as an identity. Now theoretically we should have, or technically, we should have 3 equal sign there, so 3 lines across. But they know that the question is a bit silly if they ask you what an identity is and there's only one of them with 3 lines. So in an exam you will be shown an identity with an equal sign. Let's finish this basic algebra introduction with this question. So we've got 5a plus 3b, where a is even and b is odd. The question is, will this expression always give an odd or even number? If you know the answer, write it in the comments below. I'm really interested to see how many of you get this right. And you can come to onmaths.com or click the link in the description where you can access our papers, predictions completely for free, and you can even save your scores with a free account. This video is part of a larger GCSE course that you can follow along with at onmaths.com.